My name is Quentin. If you're like me, you spend a lot of your time on the internet and around cars. And the consensus is new cars are just not as reliable as they used to be. Now, one reason I think that is why is because cars are too complicated with all the new technology and all the tech that's inside of cars now, which is why I think you should drive a car just like this, a simple, basic car. This is my daily driver. It is a 1998 Honda Civic DX and it has nearly no features. And for me, that's perfect. What I look for in a daily driver is a car that I can get in and not worry about. Starts every time. And with cars like this, the less parts that you have, the less parts you have to break. And even when those parts do break, they're really cheap. I mean, this car has 14-inch Steelies that you can get off of eBay for like $80. This car doesn't have power locks. It doesn't even have power mirrors or power windows. It's got a manual transmission. So not only are you saving on parts, you're also saving on fuel. Speaking of fuel, this engine is very, very simple and very small. This thing sips gas. It doesn't have any VVT. This is the D16 Y7, 100 horsepower, 106 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. Pushing a car that's 2,300 pounds. So guess what? I'm getting about 40 miles per gallon in this thing. It is amazing. Now, to be honest, everybody, even people not in the car community, knows how reliable these Honda engines are. Now, this one has 236,000 miles. I actually just crossed that this week. And it starts up, no problem. Starts up just like a new car, really. So, you can see that everything is just right here. It is so easy to work on. Even if you don't work on cars yourself, that's a plus because labor won't be that much either. I mean, when I first got this car, it needed some new belts, and the belts are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with on this car when you live in an apartment. But when you take it to a shop, it still wasn't that much. I had all three of the belts replaced for I think $300 for all three of them, and most of that was parts, not really labor. But just look at it, everything's right here. Spark plugs, distributor, spark plug wires. Heck, I replaced this in my apartment, the whole cat. That's crazy. I mean, everything is right here, and all the parts were cheap. So I had to replace this catalytic converter. It's also a part of the headers. It was $90 on eBay. I replaced this fuel filter. It was $30 on Napa. I replaced this coolant reservoir, $20 on Amazon. These parts are so cheap, and the fact that the car gets 40 miles a gallon, I'm really only spending like $24 every 2 weeks on gas with this thing, and it's really amazing. These things are so cheap and so simple. Like, even the VTEC ones are not that bad. It's really a testament to how good a cheap and simple car can be for your wallet. Another good thing about driving a simple car like this is body work and insurance. So insurance is notoriously expensive on newer cars, and really these older Hondas as well. But even with full coverage, this car is cheaper than any new car that I've ever had. Now, the reason why is because body panels on new cars are very expensive because they are also loaded with technology. This car, it's just metal. There's metal fender, plastic bumper. There's nothing in here. All you have to do is just replace this or replace that, paint it over, and you're good to go. There's nothing complicated about it. And that's one of the things I hate about new cars is all the technology that they have, from lane keep assist to all the sensors to the bright ass headlights they have now. But really, these new cars are just so cheap to just swap out the body panels. I mean, you can get a whole kit to refresh this model to like a 1999 to 2000 model, since that was the refresh, and you can get that off of eBay for like 80 to $100 really. Now we get into the interior of this thing, and really, I think the simplicity of these older cars makes the interior a lot more nice to be in, really. I mean, these cars have so much room compared to newer ones. I mean, there are some huge cars that pretty much have no interior room. And really the one that comes to mind is the Ford Taurus, the newest one. But look at it. Everything's all sparse and simple. You don't have an ugly screen that freezes over or just stops working completely. You just got a cheap single DIN radio. This was a JVC that came in the car, and just some regular climate controls. I mean, one of the things I hate the most about these newer cars is the climate controls have been implemented into the infotainment, and I think that is so stupid. I mean, I just like being able to control it just like this. If I want to be hot, there. If I want some more fan, if I want to turn on the AC, that's all you need to do. There's nothing complicated about this. Now, the only options that this car does have is AC and power steering. That is the only thing. Those are the only two things that can probably go wrong on this car when it comes to extras. But this car's pretty sparse. It's got manual transmission, which Hondas are notorious for having the best manual transmissions. And on the other hand, some of the worst automatic transmissions, which is hilarious to me. But it's got a tilt steering wheel, no telescoping. Though I don't really hear anything happening with those. But it's got no cruise control. It's got nothing, no mirrors. Heck, this one doesn't even have a headliner. It was taken off by the previous owner. But yeah, you don't have to worry about your power seats going out. It's just simple. Get in and drive, just start it up, and you're just ready to go to work. It's comfortable. These older cars, these more simple cars are just really what everybody should be driving. I mean, you don't need an infotainment screen. You don't need massaging seats. You don't need heated seats, cooled seats. You don't need cruise control either. Most people need an automatic transmission. I don't like them myself. I hadn't had an automatic in years. But, and another thing, I actually just got reminded of this. I hate automatic parking brakes. I really do. They are so annoying. I'm just glad that the cars that I still like that they make now still has these, because a lot of modern cars, even sports cars, have the annoying electric parking brake, and this just complicates things even further. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, little rant on really reasons why you should just get a simple car as your daily driver instead of driving these super complicated modern cars. But I know Americans love their huge SUVs and luxury trucks, so this is probably going to fall on deaf ears. But for those who do take my advice, tell me what you think. Tell me that your choice was the good choice and your pockets are lined with cash from not having to spend all of the money on repair bills. But if you guys want to see more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.